Hi, everybody. Once again, welcome to Terrell Talk. I'm Donna Terrell, and today we're talking about something a little different than some of the things we actually discuss on this program, but someone near and dear to my heart reached out, and I thought I really would like to get her on to talk about something that's happening in the community that's affecting our young people. And as you know, we need to do all we can, right, to help our young people in our community. The Youth Advocate Resource Network, known as YARN, is celebrating 41 years of dedicated service to children in our community. They're having an event that's coming up. It's I guess it's in April, but we're going to talk about it now, talk about what they do. We'll continue to promote it, but I want to welcome Maria Hoskins to Terrell Talk. You know what I need, Maria?
What is
I
it?
need, and we're going to have to do this, and I always talk to Ryan. Everybody knows I talk to Ryan. He's the producer. We need to have, like, when I introduce guests, we need to have, like, people in the background going, yay! That's what we need. Let's work on that, okay, Ryan?
Yes.
I'm serious. And only for this program, not for any of the others. Okay, all right, that was my idea. So anyway,
Great idea.
Maria
Great idea.
is here with us. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
I'm delighted to have you. And you know, we were sitting here talking about when we first met
Yes. Long time ago.
22 years ago.
Wow.
Because you said it was when I first arrived
Yes.
to come work at
Yes.
Fox 16. That was
Absolutely.
22 years ago.
It doesn't seem that long, Donna. It really doesn't. And it's just great to see that the fabulous work you're doing in Arkansas. So, as an Arkansan, we're so happy to have you. You've been
Well,
you're an Arkansan now.
I was going to say I've been in Arkansas
Yeah.
for quite some time
Yes.
now. So that
Absolutely.
much that deal was sealed
Yes.
a long time ago. But you, when we met, you were working for the FBI. Or
Back
were you
up-
working for the FBI
I was
when we
working for
met?
Congressman Vic Snyder
You
when we
sure
first
were.
met.
Duh. You
That-
sure were. That was when we first met. You were
Yes.
working for Congressman Snyder. Vic
But-
Snyder.
Yes.
That's been so long ago.
I did 21 years of federal service those first 10 years, and I met you somewhere early on in that time with Congressman Snyder.
That is
absolutely
so correct.
But our relationship then got to transition to my job where I retired from with the Department of Justice. So
Yeah.
yeah.
My goodness.
So we've been able to continue to connect.
We've been able to continue connecting, and I know you've written some children's books.
Oh, yes. So I just completed, waiting to get it off the press, my 8th book. And I can go ahead and say what it is
Tell me.
now. It's a Mother's Day book, and the name of it is Nothing Compares to a Mother's Love.
Oh,
Yes,
That's true,
it's a Mother's Day book, and it takes you from when you're first born all the way till an adult and you having children.
oh my goodness.
So, and still a children's book, but I think children and parents will all love it together.
And you know, and that's good for children too. I mean, children, you know, they love their moms. It's fair to say children love their moms, but you know, it's nice when kids can read about it
Absolutely.
and soak it in, because at least with my experience with my daughter even, those are lasting memories, and they
Yes.
stick with you, and you become an adult, but you still remember that book you read when you were a kid,
That's it.
and how it touched you. What has inspired you all these years to write?
So when I started the writing journey, it was at Pyramid Art Books and Custom Framing, Garbo Hearn,
Of course.
and they're looking for a book. Couldn't find the book that I wanted to buy, which was a Christmas book that didn't have Donna Santa Claus. It didn't have the snowman. I wanted something for Sunday. So I was challenged. So at that point in time in life, I was actually challenged to write the book I could not buy.
Aha.
So there developed Christmas Night on the Farm. I was also challenged not to be a one-book sensation. So when Garbo said that, I was like, if I'm going to write, what I'm going to write about? And it was immediately, I knew I would write about my favorite holidays. So I am penned the holiday author, the family and holiday author. So I only write about children's books and about holidays to provide positive memories, and family interaction. So they're all developed around the family, whether it's your immediate family and maybe a neighbor that is that family to you.
Right.
You know, that fills you with hope and aspirations and joy. So I extended past the immediate family, but write it in a way of that when you're reading it, you're not reading my story, you're thinking about your own family story.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I've enjoyed the process. That first book was released in 2014.
Jeez.
Now we're in 2025, excuse me. Yeah, so 7 out and 1 coming out. So I'm really excited about the new book.
How long does it take you to write a book?
For me, it's been an average of a year process. And it's not a year writing. It's the stories come. It's all the other things. So when I'm training and teaching and consulting, I'm getting people to know. The main thing is get the story out. But then once you get your story out of your head on the paper, it's a lot of other things that go along with that. So that whole process, especially children's books, Donna, you know, if it's not visually connecting for a kid, you've lost them, right?
That's so true.
So the artwork is major. So I spend a lot of time talking, making sure I have the right looking and proofing, making sure I'm connecting with the right Arkansas author. All my authors are artists that have an Arkansas connection, or background, or live in Arkansas. So
we love that.
Yeah, I love it too. I love promoting artists from Arkansas.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that is so cool. That is really nice. I am so glad you're able to share that, and I'm excited about your new book.
Thank you. I think you're going to love it.
And right in time for Mother's Day.
And Mother's Day, and it hits mothers, all cultures across the board, from whether it's a Jewish mother, African-American mother, African mother. The illustrations reflect all the different backgrounds.
That's so nice. Yeah. How can people find your books, Maria?
Well, number one, they can find them at Pyramid Art Books and Custom Price. I'll be doing the book release on May the 2nd.
Garbo's going to appreciate you for that.
Yes, she'll appreciate that, but also from my website.
Which is?
CV4seasonspublishing.com.
Say it one more time.
CV4seasonspublishing.com.
Okay, good. Yeah. I want to talk to you about something that's also near and dear to your heart, and it supports your mom. We're talking about Mother's Day and all, but this supports your mom, the Youth Advocate Resource Network, or YARN. Yes. And the fact that you guys are celebrating 41 years. First of all, just tell me what it is, because I was reading here. You guys do a lot of stuff.
We do a lot of stuff. So back, I would say, 41 years ago, my mother was challenged. She was challenged, or was asked by the pastor at that time, Reverend Mackey, when we came back here from Missouri to live here, to do something to help engage the youth in the community. So they held the first youth conference at that time at Palm Chapel, Missionary Baptist Church. It was so successful. What she brought in people like Rodney Slater and these, Judge Humphrey, just, lawyers and doctors and secretaries and all these various different careers, to introduce students to think outside the box and look at all the things that are possible. And from that conference, it was such a success. Pastor Mack said, you can't just do this one time. We need to this continuously.
We need to continue it.
So coming back and such developed YARN, Youth Advocate Resource Network. It's really fantastic. I remember Ben Carson's first trip to Arkansas. Ben Carson was an invite for YARN, and he came, and he was the conference presenter. It was fabulous. And our Medical and Dental Association.
Yeah, AMDPA.
They sponsored some of his time here. And it was fabulous because we had a room full of youth in Menifee, Arkansas. Menifee, at the Menifee school there. And they were learning from Dr. Ben Carson about his journey. Can you imagine that?
When you think about that, and the fact that he's still relevant now in the political circles, imagine those kids at the time who can say, I remember when I heard him speak when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So from there, she has developed and made YARN a valid and value, you know what I'm saying, to the community. And it has so many children. So when I
We have
retired
pictures too, yeah.
in 2022, it was easy for me to step into to take the lead while she's spending more time taking care of my dad, you know, because the organization's solid. All we need to do was grow up on what she had already laid in place. So from there, we've extended out multiple other new programs to help our youth.
So your mom, how old is she? I'm seeing a picture there we're about to show her. And actually she's with Broadway Joe and Santa Jean there.
Yes.
The Cokie Queen from...
Yeah, that was last year at our annual fundraising luncheon.
How old is your mom?
89.
Oh, wow.
She'll be 90 in this October.
And when you talk to
Yeah.
her about yarn, when I mean, obviously, 41 years ago, she brought this about. It's still going strong. You're getting
Yes.
ready to have a huge celebration. What are her thoughts? What does Mama say about it?
Oh, Mother is still, believe you me, I'm the volunteer executive director, but she's still the CEO and the person in charge. Believe that.
Make no mistake, I am in control.
She is still in control. But
Chipper.
she's proud and she's happy of where we are now. But she still is bringing suggestions to the board. Still guiding, still being a guiding light on how she wants to see these programs develop. And I appreciate that because, you know, when you do something and you create something, you're the founder, you have that vision, you want to make sure it's done and it continues meeting those goals.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And just, I don't think we mentioned your mother's name, Berthenia Gill.
That's it, Berthenia
Berthenia Gill, and I'm sure a lot of people in our community know her.
Yeah, and my dad, Alvin Gill, 95, right along with her, supporting her all the way. Yeah.
There's longevity in your family.
Absolutely.
Clearly there is. What is this picture of?
So that is Judge Marion Humphrey and Dr. Lloyd Hervey. So last year, she wants, every year we go back and pick up and recognize some of those influential individuals that really gave yarn a really good start.
Yes.
So here she's presenting an award to some of the founding individuals that helped yarn get on a good start.
That's all. Yeah. That is absolutely awesome. And you mentioned years ago, Judge Humphrey was part of a program, and there he is now back again, very much supportive of it.
Still
It's nice to
coming,
see that.
still supporting,
My
however
goodness.
we can. Yeah, when we call him, Judge Humphrey, let me see if I can come. Yes, and that's the beauty
I
of
mean,
it.
and that's what you need. I mean, that's what community is about. So let's talk about some of these educational programs. You have free after-school tutoring programs.
Yes, every Tuesday and Thursday. When I leave here, tutoring program's already in place. We have tutors there now, ready to start at 3:30. But I'll be leaving here, going straight to the tutoring program. Free after-school tutoring. Isn't that wonderful? Because it's expensive.
How do you
for
determine?
families.
It is expensive to hire a tutor.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
how do you determine, and how are these children brought to yarn so that you? I guess what I'm asking you is, how do you identify them?
Yeah, so no, they call us. We put it out there.
Okay.
And we say, here. We send flyers to our churches, put it up in the post office, and it's like, we have only limited space, first come, first serve. But if your child needs help, reach out to us. And when people come, until we get to our cap number, which we're in a small building, so 10 is our cap, so we're maxed out right
That's
now.
it.
But through the help of our partner at the University of Central Arkansas honors program, and I have some couple of teachers that come volunteer,
Oh wow.
the students get excellent
Yeah.
tutoring service.
So it's students from UCA as
Yes.
well as
Some
some
teachers.
teachers as well.
Yes.
That is excellent tutoring.
Yes, ma'am. And so Donna, so I'll say this. We have a young man in our tutoring class, and Caleb, and I'll say his first name. Caleb was just wonderful, super smart young man. But he hadn't received an award at school yet. And his mom gave me the story. So she said, I normally go. But she said this particular time I didn't go because Caleb hadn't received a special award. After he had been in tutoring program, last year, he got a reward for his improvement in all the work he's done. So, and they were like, I didn't go this year.
I'm sorry you weren't there, but wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that was so cool. So the kids are not just coming to tutoring, but they are improving in their academics. Excuse me.
It's okay. Do you need water? Are you
No,
okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. That is wonderful to hear.
Yes.
That is so vital because sometimes just a little bit of tutoring
Oh,
can
absolutely.
really help a student excel.
Yes, ma'am.
It really
and
can.
it's working. So that's what we're seeing, and we're so happy. And like I said, UCA students are fabulous. They come, they're on time. They're there every Tuesday and Thursday, and they're
nice.
working with these students pretty much almost one-on-one in some cases.
That's major. That's
Yeah.
major. Summer art and garden camp.
Oh, you would love this. So we have what we call our yarn garden now. We actually have garden boxes, and we'll go through it. But in our area, we have a pavilion set up there,
Oh,
and
wow.
we just added through the help of Simmons Bank. We added a additional kitchen, what we call it, cooking space. We have the grill.
So is that the garden to table program
Yes,
also incorporated
always,
in that?
it's also incorporated. So just think about the students are coming, they're doing art, they're learning from art by different artists that we invite to come in to teach them. And then we integrate the garden. So they are doing art. They may be drawing pictures of flowers and fruits and vegetables of what they would like to see planted in the garden. Then they went out to the garden. They planted those fruits and vegetables. They harvested those fruits and vegetables. Then we went back in the garden and drew pictures on the garden boxes. So art and garden
All connected. Oh, my
one.
goodness.
Improving literacy and making it fun by learning how to eat healthy and grow a garden.
So is it Mrs. Gill that's coming up with this stuff?
No,
Is
that's
this
mine.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's mine.
I love that. Okay, I'm just going through some of these because you have said that people say, "Oh my goodness, you guys are doing a lot. Maybe you should scale it back." But the annual Travel and Learn educational tour. Now you're
Yes.
taking people. You're taking these kids somewhere.
That it was in place. Mother started that back in 1985 also.
Okay.
The first trip was to Washington, D.C. Before all of the catastrophes happened. The kids could go into the FBI office without
Going through.
yes,
Yeah,
and they could
background
go
and
into
all.
multiple places. So back in 1985, can you think the group of kids that went then were able to go to places like that? Went to the USS Alabama on the way. We go to colleges and we go to certain educational sites, all to help them learn and expose. Keyword: expose them
Yes.
to educational opportunities. So we do that every year somewhere. So last year, what was last year? Was Louisville, Kentucky, to the Muhammad Ali Museum, to the Roots 101. Have you heard of that?
Roots 101.
Roots
I don't
101
think I
in
have.
Louisville, Kentucky. Amazing place with all these authentic items, all these historical artifacts. It's amazing. And then the end game last year was to get them to the Underground Railroad site, the closest one to Arkansas, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we took them to that tour. This year coming in, we're leaving Arkansas. We're going back to Oklahoma. So in Oklahoma, multiple sites. The Potawatomi Indians, they take care of the eagles and the hawks. So they'll learn about some wildlife. we do the museums there. We go to Langston University and look about their agriculture program in Langston. Then we're on up to Mr. Phillips area, up into, I can't think of the name of the museum, but it's Bartlettsville, Willow Rock Museum.
Willow Rock Museum.
Mr. Phillips was Phillips Petroleum,
Okay.
the owner of Phillips Petroleum. So he has a huge wildlife preserve there, and a huge it's kind of like cowboy and Indians thing. So the museum is a world-class museum. So I do a lot of research I didn't even know. So I'm learning.
You're learning along with the kids.
And then the end of the tour, we end up in Tulsa for the Greenwood Rising.
Right.
Yeah, Tulsa Race Massacre.
The Tulsa
Black Wall Street. And
Black Wall
race,
Street.
Yes.
I did a special report on the Tulsa massacre.
Awesome.
And it won an award. It won 2 awards.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So, I
fabulous.
mean, I got up close and personal with that. So, anytime, you know, I think it's always good for people to know history.
Absolutely.
And I think that's great that you're exposing them. It's unfortunate, but you understand why. Most schools, whether public or private, don't always have the funds to send kids, you know, all over the country to learn to different museums and different locations to learn about what's around them. They can read it in a book, and obviously, folks like you can help with that. But it's kind of nice when you get an opportunity to see it, because as we mentioned earlier, kids are like a sponge, and they remember those experiences for a lifetime.
Absolutely, absolutely. Get those exposures, and I tell you, they're not just going and it's like this vacation. They are learning.
They're learning.
They're learning, and they're required to write an essay on the way back.
That's good.
Yes. Tell us, what did you learn? Because you're paying to hold your seat, but we're paying for the tour. We're paying to get you there. So we want to make sure these dollars are going in education and you're learning from it. And they enjoy the trip. They learn and they enjoy.
You know, and that's really interesting, because I do find with different organizations that I've been a part of, and you know, just doing maybe something similar, but not exactly, not like what Yarn is doing. But and when you ask kids to write what they learned, most children, young people, they have a lot to say.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
It's not like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. It's like they want you to know what they were excited about.
Absolutely.
And isn't that beautiful?
It's beautiful. And when you read some of their works, you're like, wow. And a lot of times I'll read and I'm like, I missed that. I didn't catch that.
Right.
And when we ask them sometimes to vocalize, they are serious, and they can really, and look at them while we're walking around, and I see them on their phones taking notes. Now, they're not on their phones talking. That's against the rule.
Right.
But they are using
their phones.
Their phones and their notepad and journal and pen we give them, either or. And they're taking notes and they are learning.
See, this Yarn educational program. This is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And your mother, Berthenia Gill, God bless her for having the vision.
That's it.
To create something like this. We're getting close to the end of the program, but I do want to talk about the event that is coming up. I said April, but it's actually Saturday, March 14th.
Yes.
So this is a lunch banquet, Mayflower High School cafeteria. It's the Volunteer Appreciation and Berthenia Gill Youth Achievement Awards event.
Yes, scholarships for the kids. There right now, we've released our essay requirements. The rubric is out there, so our students that have at least attended one of our Yarn programs can submit their essays to be considered for a scholarship. So we will give scholarship dollars out for that, and we're hoping we get a lot of scholarship essay entered.
Yeah, and we have this that Ryan's getting
so we
ready
got
to
tickets.
put up. There it is, right there.
We want people to come buy a ticket.
So how much are tickets?
$25. You're going to get a full banquet lunch, delicious, cooked by some of our volunteers. And so it's home cooked food.
Oh, nice.
Yes, ma'am, with desserts, homemade desserts. They do that also. We have what we call New or Not silent auction.
New or
New
Not.
or Not. I created that a few years ago, and it's been a success with us, because what is everything is new, or it could be slightly used. And we say slightly used, things like I had a silver tea set that was donated, something like that. Something that people, I think Mother made blue jean jackets with animals and things on it. So that's when we say new or not. It's something that is very slightly used, but
or
something
that's
that we
very
want.
special, because when you think about it, many of us own a lot of things that are very, very nice, but we don't have a lot of use for it. And someone else could come along and really put that to use and enjoy it. So I get that, new or not. obviously events like this raise money for the program.
Absolutely, 100% of the funds. So remember, I said in front of my title, volunteer.
You did.
We are all volunteers. 100% of our funds go directly to our programs.
Nice.
We don't have any administrative costs at all as far as paying someone.
You don't have a building you have to maintain. You don't.
We have a building,
Whoops.
and Mrs. Gill, because this is the founder, any of our other administrative costs have been supported by donations through the Gill family.
Okay, through the Gill family.
Yes.
Okay. This is awesome.
But our programs, we definitely are seeking to raise funds, getting grants, etc.,
Yeah.
donations to help continue our programming.
So if someone, maybe they can't make it to this event on Saturday, March 14th, but what if they just want to give a donation because they're touched by all that you do?
Wonderful. They can go to www.yarnkids.com, YARNKIDS.com, and there's a donate button on the website. It says make contributions. Please contribute to Yarn.
And there it is right there. We actually put it up there for you.
Yes,
So
that is wonderful.
So people will be able to see it. So when they go to the website, they can actually make a donation. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. And I hope you get a lot of people that show up for the event.
I do too.
But keep touching the hearts of these young kids out there.
We're going to do that, Donna. It makes a difference. We see the difference. So we
Yeah,
have
because
to keep it.
Working in news, I mean, we report so much bad stuff, with, and we discover that our young kids are doing this and doing that, and it's not good stuff. But we can never lose sight that there are kids out there who are learning. They want to learn.
Yes.
They just need someone like Mrs. Gill.
Yes.
And Yarn to come along and just introduce them to a whole new world that's out there and let them know that you have a future.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a future. I used to tell my daughter, I'll make this real quick, but I used to tell my daughter the thing you have to understand, because sometimes she gets so caught up with day to day and, the kids are doing this and the kids are doing that. It's like, you need to recognize that your life doesn't end right here as a teenager. You have a future.
Absolutely.
And everything you do right now is to prepare you for that future.
Yes.
And what Yarn is doing is introducing these kids to a world that's out there that opens their eyes and their doors and just lets them know that, there's more to life than what I'm dealing with right here today.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Couldn't have said it better.
Well,
You are
thanks.
fabulous.
I only said it to my daughter a million times to keep her on the straight and narrow, but it worked. It worked.
Well, we're happy, Donna. Thank you again so
Maria,
much for allowing us to
it's
come in and
so
share.
nice to just sit here and just chat with you.
Same here.
Good luck.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right. As always, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Terrell Talk. I am loving this program more and more and more, and I thank you for keep tuning in. So come back next week, and we'll see you again. Have a great one.